Okay, aperture priority. 1/30th of a shutter speed, f4. And ISO is at 5,000. So let's see if this makes a difference. It's looking pretty sharp right now. This is at 16 millimeter. So guess what, folks? It's looking sharp, real good. 5,000 ISO. This isn't bad at all. Right up to 64, 8,000, 10,000. But the ISO is staying pretty low if you keep it on aperture. So you can't do anything with the shutter speed, all right? $32,400. I think the highest it's gone to is 8,000, which is good. Less noise, better quality. And I am going 30 miles an hour. 1/30th of a shutter speed. Now I'm going 20 miles an hour. I did go up to 8,000, but still, picture looks pretty good. Let's look at the LCD screen or the LED billboard for the church. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Awesome. Yeah, you're saying, man, he's driving 30 miles an hour watching TV. What's wrong with that guy? So you can see the decorations. I'm just going to show you real quick. Right there, those lights on the hill, that's in the upper neighborhood. That's the guy, when I go down that one road, you can see all of his lights about a couple miles down. Wow. And he's right on top of the hill, too. And he has to mow that grass in the backyard. And it's like a real big drop. I think it's like at a 15 degrees or something like that. It just... No, I take that back. A 45 degree angle. No, that's... No. Let's do it right in the middle. $70 degree. Right, you can see the neighborhood with the lights to the right. That's across mine. I'm going to go toward the restaurants area. I'm checking out all the noise. I'm going to put all these clips together. See, the highest it's gone to is 10,000 ISO. 8,000. Okay. So this is Thursday night. Yeah, this is real bad right here. So I think you stay in this lane because the right lane you go to Randolph Brooks or the neighborhood. Yep, they're working. Yeah, they're working on the... Either they're putting on center or they're picking it up. Who knows what they're doing. Yep. Yep. Almost made a boo-boo. I didn't want to get on the highway. Yeah, this is where I want to go. Okay. There you go. And it is windy. Yeah, they got places where they can put businesses left and right. So they're future proofing, okay? I'm going to show you something. Okay, so if you get in the outside lane, you just stay there. You go around this circle. You have no problem making a right. See? So it's at 4,000 ISO. So it looks like aperture priority is the best to do. There's the Twin Peaks. I like going in. I don't see any Christmas decorations up there. I'm gonna turn up the air conditioner. I'm freezing. I'm gonna put it at 68 also, or 66, like on the outside. And I'm gonna bring in the outside air a little bit. Yeah, much better. So say 2000 ISO, f4, aperture priority. You do see some flaring. I can't, yeah, that's the aperture. 4, 5. It's at 4,000 ISO and all this light. And this is what I do. Okay, it looks sharp, doesn't it? Let's go to 5.6, 6.3, 7.1, 8. Just for the heck of it. It's 64 ISO. We're going to look at lights. How sharp is it? So here's the Longhorn Steakhouse. There's the Olive Garden. So they're already closed up. Oh great, I don't like going over that. There's the Black Coffee, Credit Human, Twin Peaks. See, someone tried to cross over left and they knocked down those things. So I'm going to see how far I can go with F8. Look at it in the dark. We can go across the bridge. Maybe. So you start seeing noise, okay? It's at 8,000, the ISO. That's where they have a lot of construction for the road. So it's at 25,600 right now, 32. Should see a lot of noise, but is everything sharp? And you can see the highway. And they're working right there. So this is at f8, 20,000 ISO. I'm going 25 miles an hour. Yeah, they're coming along. They're putting the middle frames up. They're going to be cementing it shortly. Yep, they're putting them down. And you see these metal bars on these trucks. So they're picking them off the trucks and they're putting them on the overpass. Wow. Isn't that something? Amazing. Isn't that something? Wow. And look at that. They close out the door. So you see, they close out this door, or I mean, street, and that metal beam was blocking. That was something. I love it. And this is at f8. See guys working. It's a bad road anyway. This should be top line up here. Okay, so now you get a gist of what 25600 ISO is, all that. I'm going to go back. Here's top line. Yeah. So, let's go back to F4. ISO went back down to 4,000, 5,000. $2.43 gas. That's pretty cheap. $2.43. The cheapest I saw any gas was back in the 70s, and it was 65 cents. Some decorations in there. There's Independence. This is like El Sendero. It goes through neighborhoods and it just comes out to a main road like either Nacogdoches or in this case Topper Wine. Might go to Judson also in O'Connor. I think Lookout Road should be coming up shortly. Lookout Road. Okay. 10,000, 12,800. 1/3 of shutter speed. This is aperture priority. Or AV. Aperture video. Velocity. Velometer. I don't know. So you can see the clouds in the sky. The camera's picking up better than I can. Alright. Yeah, there's a car behind me. I was going to change the mode again, but nah, I'll just keep it like this. I think my ZF does a better job. See, this guy is passing me. Look at that. Going 40 miles an hour on a 30-mile-an-hour road. So with my slow driving just around, and since I haven't been going to work every day because I'm retired, I've only used a quarter tank of gas, and I've only gone almost 72 miles within a week, folks. That's pretty good. Okay, so it's looking awesome right now. 64, 5,000 ISO, 4,000, 32. Yep. Go underneath lights. It's looking pretty awesome. So, I'm going to show you something. Go in here, gas station, go in the back, just park back here. I'm going to show you something. Something that I learned. So see, it's looking pretty spectacular right now. It'll go from 1/60th to 1/30th if you have the right light. Okay, it's at 1/30th now. Aperture priority should put it the right shutter speed. Shouldn't go below 1/30th, okay? When I put it the other day in A+, or automatic, it went to 1/15th. And I says, what's going on? So something happened in the settings. And I'm wondering if I put it in, you know, when I turn off the car, the dummy battery sometimes keeps the camera charged. But since I haven't been driving much, it may not. So it might have lost its settings, whatever. But right now, everything looks perfect. So we're at F4. Now I'm going to go to 4.5, 5.0, 5.6, 6.3, 7.1, 8.0, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. That's what this lens can do. And I'll put there. Is it in focus? I really can't tell. I put it on that sign where it's Aqua Tot swim schools, and it still looks blurry to me. Okay? So let's change it again. And it's 1/25th of the shutter speed. That's exposure compensation. I didn't mess with that yet. So let's go back to 20, 18, 16, 14. I'm just going all the way back to 4, okay? With this lens. It's 1/30th. Now we're going to do the exposure. -3, 7, 1. Let's leave it at -1. This is the way I like it, okay? And this is an aperture priority, and it's not in manual mode. So let's see what happens. So just by going to exposure, it's a little bit darker, but I bet it looks awesome. It should reduce the flaring. Of course, this lens does a pretty good job, okay? And I'm just going to drive around the stores, look at the lights, look at the brick. And the ISO is staying down at 2500, okay? So you see less noise just by doing the exposure compensation. And this is a -1. I think it won't go any further than a -2, but still, it makes a difference. All right, now I'm gonna cancel tracking. All right, let's see what happens now. Yeah, it did go up a little bit on the ISO because I was focusing on the light. So I'm turning around, driving in front of the storefronts. I loved looking at the brick. Oh, look at this. Can you see the decorations across the highway? I think that might have been the construction crew. No, that's the neighborhood. I take that back. It was the neighborhood that did that. Here's Hat Creek. At home. So it's looking pretty good. I'm going to turn off the air conditioning. Just have the outside air at 66 degrees now. So some people like living on the hilltop. You have foundation problems. You don't want to live on the side of the hill either. So usually if it's flat and level, that's where you want. Okay. So see, this I like. I can go to a -2 just for an experiment. Yep, -2 now. This is what I'm seeing. Okay? This is the most realistic shot that I'm seeing. And it might be that the LCD screen is too bright, and it might be just too dark now on the video. But anyway, it's looking good. So at F4, it adjusts the speed, shutter speed automatically. 1/30th all the way to 1/25th, whatever it needs. The ISO is staying pretty the same at 2500. So I think last night I kept it at 16,000 at the max, and I think I had it on 1/60th of a shutter speed. And you can see where I'm coming up to my entrance. There's the decorations to the left. There's another neighborhood. I'll do this real quick. Not supposed to, but it looks awesome. I could also do a U-ey and just stay at the stoplight and look at the lights. I've done that too. Okay, fence test. Yeah, it's what I'm seeing, folks. So we'll go back around. There's this one house at the end of the corner after I turn right. I always look. Yeah, the Christmas lights. Looking good. So the ISO is staying at 2500, and the house is exactly what I'm seeing on the screen. I'm just hoping it's not a lot of noise. And these were the lights I was showing you back on Lookout Road. So you see this house on top of the hill, the lights all the way down there? That's him. You can see him miles away. And he really decorates this house. In the back, anyway. So, thank you for tagging along. If you like this type of content, if I haven't put you to sleep yet, please give me a like, subscribe. Any questions or comments, put it in the comment section down below. And if you are still with me, thank you for staying awake. I'm talking to Scott Rogers. And maybe Peter. He might be up watching this on the tablet later tonight. But anyway, thank you for watching. And remember, stay safe, keep smiling until next time. I shall see you then. Goodbye, folks.